everyone, I'm Sarah of Rich Textures Crochet and welcome. Today we're going to learn how to crochet the Jackpot dishcloth. Now this is a wonderfully textured dishcloth. It's the same on both sides and it's on the larger side. I'm going to work mine today about 10.5 inches by 10 inches. I'll give you some instruction later on if you wish to change the size. The dishcloth today is worked in a 100% cotton yarn. I'm going to be working with the Pima Cotton by Lion brand. Each of these balls of yarn has approximately 186 yards in it. You're going to use almost the whole thing, probably about 130, maybe 150 yards if you would wish to change the size of it. You're also going to need a 5mm or an H8 crochet hook. Today I'm working with the Birchwood hook by Rowan. There are links to both of these items in the description of this video. Also down in the description you'll find a direct link to the free written instructions which are on richtexturescrochet.com. So thank you so much for joining me. While you're here, I invite you to subscribe, take a look around. This channel is updated every single week with free crochet patterns and stitch tutorials. Let's get started on our Jackpot dishcloth. Now our dishcloth today is worked in rows. We're going to start by making a slip knot and then by working a foundation chain. And our foundation chain today for the 10-inch dishcloth is going to be a total of 35 chain stitches. If you wish to change the size of your dishcloth, you're simply going to need an odd number of chains for this foundation chain. Once you have your chain worked, you're going to begin row 1 by working a single crochet into the second chain from your hook, and then single crochet into each stitch all the way across. At the end of this row, you'll have a total of 34 single crochet stitches. At the end of row 1, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. Now for row 2, we're going to work 2 half double crochet stitches into the next stitch. So we're actually going to chain 2 and turn. So chain 1 more and then into your next stitch. So not the stitch at the base of your turning chain, but into the next, you're going to work 2 half double crochet stitches. You're then going to skip the next stitch and work 2 half double crochet stitches into your next. You're going to repeat that all the way across. Skip the next stitch, into your next stitch, work 2 half double crochet stitches. Skip the next stitch and work 2 half double crochets into your next. Repeat that all the way across, where you're going to finish off the row with 1 half double crochet into your final stitch. When you come all the way across at the end of row 2, you're going to skip that next stitch and finish off with 1 half double crochet into the final stitch. You're then going to chain 2 and turn your work. Now for row 3, we're going to work a series of crossed half double crochet stitches. So for row 3, we're going to begin by skipping the first 3 half double crochet. So that includes your first stitch, second and third half double crochet. You're going to work a half double crochet into the space between the third and the fourth stitches. So into the space between those next 2 stitches, work a half double crochet. You're then going to go back and working over the stitch just made into this previous space between the first 2 half double crochets. You're going to work another half double crochet hook stitch. So bring your hook back, insert it into the space between the first and the second stitches, and work a half double crochet. We're going to repeat this all the way across into the space between the next 2 sets of half double crochet stitches. Work a half double crochet, then working over top of the stitch just worked, reach back and into this previous space, which is the same space where you worked your last stitch, and work a half double crochet. Repeat that all the way across. Half double crochet in the next space between the 2 sets of half double crochets, reach back and half double crochet into the previous space, all the way across. Now when you come all the way across, you're going to finish off working your final crossed half double crochet, working into the chain 2 space and then into the previous space. You're then going to finish off this row by making a half double crochet into the top of your turning chain 2. You're then going to chain 1 and turn. Now for row 4, you're simply going to single crochet into that first stitch and then single crochet into each stitch all the way across. When you come all the way across at the end of row 4, you're going to work a single crochet into the last half double crochet. You're then going to work a single crochet into the top of your turning chain 2. Then chain 2 and turn your work. Now for the rest of the pattern, you're going to repeat rows 2, 3, and 4 7 times, and you're going to end off with a repeat of your row 4. So your row 2 began with the 2 half double crochets into the next stitch, skip the next stitch, and work another 2 half double crochets. So that was your row 2. You're going to repeat beginning at that row 2, then 3 and 4 for a total of 7 more times. End on that row of single crochet stitches and meet me back here. Okay, so once you've worked through to the end of row 25, now I did switch colors about halfway through. I was running low on the copper yarn and I'm using up some yarn scraps, so I just switched colors about halfway through. Once you've worked your repeats 7 times, you've worked through to the end of row 25. This is what your work is going to look like. You're then going to chain 1 and turn your work. We're now going to work the textured edging around our dishcloth. It's going to be worked in rounds, and you're going to begin round 1 by working 3 single crochet stitches into your first stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. This is going to work our first corner. You're then going to work a single crochet into each stitch all the way across the top of your dishcloth. All the way across to the next corner stitch. When you come across to your next corner stitch into this final stitch, you're going to work your single crochet. You're going to work one more into the corner and then turn your work so that you're working along the side. You're then going to evenly work 27 single crochet stitches along this rough side. So into your first stitch, and then 26 more stitches just in the sides of the stitches. You'll want them spaced fairly evenly, but as you can see, there are no pretty places to put my hook. I'm simply working stitches at the end of each row. So single crochet all the way down the side. You can change up the number of stitches, just make note of it so that you can repeat the same number of stitches along the opposite side. Once you come all the way across, you're working your 27th single crochet. At the very end, you're going to work one single crochet into your corner, and then turn your work so you're working along the top and along the bottom, work a single crochet into that first stitch, and then once again single crochet all the way along the bottom. Once you come to that next corner, just as you did before, you're going to work one stitch in single crochet into the corner. Then you're going to work 26 single crochet stitches all the way up along that rough side until you come back to your first stitch. When you come back to your first stitch, you're going to join with a slip stitch into the top. Once you've come all the way around, you're going to join with a slip stitch into the top of that first single crochet stitch. You're then going to continue working in the same direction, chain one. You're going to work a half double crochet into the first stitch and into each stitch around, but working 3 half double crochets in each corner. So when you come to your corner stitch, you've worked a half double crochet in the first stitch, into your corner, work 3 half double crochets, all into that same stitch. Then half double crochet in each stitch all the way across to the next corner, work 3 in your corner, and continue all the way around. When you come back to that first half double crochet stitch, you're going to join with a slip stitch into the top of the first stitch. Once you come all the way around at the end of round 2, you're going to join with a slip stitch into the top of your first half double crochet. You can then chain 1, and we're going to work one final round of textured stitches all the way around. What you're going to do is around the post of the first stitch, and I include the chain 1 into that, you're going to work a front post half double crochet. To work the front post half double crochet, yarn over, bring your hook in front of your work and insert your hook from front, around back, and out through the front again around the post of that first stitch. Yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over and pull through 3 loops. You're then going to work a back post half double crochet around the post of the next stitch. To work your back post half double crochet, yarn over, bring your hook in back of your work and insert your hook from the back, around front, and out through the back again around the post of that next stitch. Yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. That's your back post half double crochet. Then into the next corner stitch, you're going to work 3 post stitches. You're going to work a front post half double crochet, then reach in back and work a back post half double crochet around the post of the first stitch of the same stitch. and then one more front post half double crochet around the post of the same stitch, and it does get a little bit tight after you've worked the first 2 stitches. You're then going to turn your work, continuing to work around. You're going to begin next with a back post double crochet or half double crochet, followed by a front post half double crochet. You're going to repeat that all the way across to the next corner stitch. Back post half double crochet, followed by your front post half double crochet all the way to the next corner. When you come across to your next corner stitch, you'll have finished with a front post half double crochet. You're going to, into the next corner, therefore, work a back post double crochet, followed by, or half double crochet, followed by your front post half double crochet, and then your back post half double crochet. Once you've worked those 3 stitches all into that same corner stitch, you're going to continue along the next side, working a front post half double crochet in your next stitch, followed by a back post half double crochet. You're going to continue all the way across until you come to your next corner stitch. When you come to that next corner stitch, you're going to work your back post half double crochet, followed by a front post half double crochet, followed by your back post, and then continue all the way across. And then you'll have 1 corner left. You'll work a front post, followed by a back post, followed by a front post into that final corner, and then continue until you come back to your first stitch. Once you come back to your first stitch, you'll join with a slip stitch into the top, and that's all there is to working this Jackpot dishcloth. Once again, all of these instructions are written out on richtexturescrochet.com. You can follow that direct link down in the description of this video. So thank you so much for joining me. While you're here, once again, I invite you to subscribe, take a look around, and enjoy your crochet. I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, happy crocheting. Bye.